Good day. So the question is, how does meditation have anything to do with your health? I'm David,
I'm Jerry.
and it's an interesting question. I like this one. The first thing that comes to my mind, I don't know if you want to hear my opinion on
Sure I do. Of course.
is all is mind, or mind over matter, so to speak. That's we were literally just talking about this, on how the brain is so interesting, how it can create and displace different functions and hormones that create your existence upon itself. So I think, from personally doing meditation, that it can affect your health by reducing your stress and your cortisol levels, and almost like defragging a hard drive, kind of putting things in place
I
in
like
the brain.
that. I like
Yeah.
that. That's really good.
Yeah, that's definitely how I believe it helps me, and I am definitely an active. I practice it actively, not every night, but almost every night, and I really can see the differences in my life as far as mood changes, being more empathetic, being more focused, and I believe being more intelligent, or having the greater ability to process information. From your perspective, how do you think meditation would benefit your health?
I have to agree with absolutely everything you've said so far, and I will also add, for those of religious faith who spend a lot of time praying, there's not a dime's worth of difference between praying and meditation in regard to the response that the human body has to this level of connection to the source. Because you'll find people who meditate believe they're literally in contact with the universe. They fall almost into a trance. As having been a ordained pastor, I can tell you that sensation that you get in prayer is very, very, very spiritual, as my friends who do meditation will attest to in meditation. I got to share something with you. I read something today, and I was astounded. It said that 2 or 3 hours of meditation, scientists have figured this out, 2 or 3 hours of meditation, these scientists claim that it actually has to do with preserving or lengthening, i.e., chemicals produced by the brain to create something that's going on in the body. It has the ability to lengthen telomeres or telomeres, however you say it. And those are the little tabs on the end of the shoelaces for the chromosomes that are held together by these little pieces of protein on the end. Now you start out with a certain number of these little chunks of protein, and as the cells divide over and over, if you're not healthy, they keep breaking off and getting shorter and shorter and shorter, till eventually the chromosomes just split and they become useless for reproducing that cell. So this study found that, and I wish I'd have written down as to who it is that did this study, but you can look it up too. It's going to be a big thing on the internet. That this would produce the kind of chemicals in your body by meditation that would make it conducive to keeping or lengthening telomeres. That adds to your life. That literally adds to longevity of human existence.
Amazing.
That is amazing. And now we know by that we know why some of these people in the Eastern religions who practice the Tibetan monks and various others live so very long and with very little bad health, because they're keeping the mitochondria fed properly, and they're keeping their telomeres. I call it telomeres. They keep them at a proper length. So I'm astounded by that as to actual proof that meditation is really, really cool. I mean, that's significant. I
Definitely.
like that.
Absolutely.
So Anything else that you know about? I know you'd mentioned cortisol. I'll mention this because one of the things people tend to do themselves is produce a lot of stress in their lives. Stress generates excess cortisol. Cortisol produces the ability to store a lot of fat, and it's called stress fat, and it goes around the middle if you're a guy, and if you're a female, it ends up being on the thighs and on the buttocks, and you end up with that kind of situation. So by engaging in systematic meditation, or as some people in religion will say, prayer, you can actually do major reductions of stress in your body. My thing about meditation is I love to do guided meditation. I love to put people through guided meditation where I'm describing a journey and I am painting the pictures with words while the person is lying down with their eyes closed. We may have a little bit of Bach going on in the background, a little bit of quiet, as they used to say, pasture music, pastoral music, something in middle age, kind of Baroque in the background, soft. And the person is seeing what I am creating with words. And by the end of the journey, a lot of times I will ask people, if I was describing a meadow or I was describing something, I would say, tell me what you saw. They take my breath away because they saw more than I described. And that is called theater of the mind. They were able to see the white puffy clouds near a meadow with the deer standing there grazing. They saw the blades of grass waving in the gentle breeze. They heard the brook. I didn't describe any of that. Just a bare bones description. Quiet, still, and their imagination took over. And one person got up from that and said, oh my gosh, my legs feel like spaghetti. I would say that was a successful meditation. So that has a tremendous effect on the stress levels, bringing your heart rate down, bringing your blood pressure down, and so I think it's fantastic. I believe we've covered this.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And
You're welcome.
That was interesting about that study as well.
Oh,
I mean, it's just fascinating.
It's wild. I
Yeah.
looked at that and I go, holy cow, they finally figured it out. So this is the kind of thing we do every single day. We produce these videos to answer your questions. And we love doing this. It's a passion for us. And we like hearing from you as well. If you react with comments, I will address those comments if you so desire. And I love to hear from you. We do this because you're out there. And Dave puts all this together, and here we are. So if you like what we do, please hit the like button, and we'd even love for you to subscribe. So until next time, this is Jerry.
And David.
Be well.
Be well.